Yo, what's up you guys? So I just got done cutting hair and today's video is going to be the Braun Series 9 review. Here we go. Alright, what's up you guys? So today we're doing a video on the Braun Series 9. Let's start with the pros and cons, okay? So for pros, it cuts really soft. I don't know what it is about the foils, but when you're cutting, it's not harsh. So if you stick it in, it won't make a hard line. One thing I noticed about it is the shave, it's different. It's not the same as a Andis Pro foil or maybe a Babyliss. It's smoother. I think that could be for two reasons. One, maybe it doesn't cut as close, and two, it could just be the shaver, you know? But yeah, that's one thing that I did notice about it. It's very soft. So that comes in handy when you're trying to blend out the bald into your zero. Another pro would be that it's easy to clean. So it comes with the cleaner and you just stick it in there and press a button and it sanitizes it for you, it does everything for you. The one thing I did notice about that thing though is that you have to press it again to make sure it stops, or else it'll just keep cycling on, and then it does a really good job of cleaning it. I mean, I noticed once you're done cleaning it, inside the foil there's no hair, there's nothing, and I mean, you can't really clean it well with just your brush or whatever you use. Maybe with the spray can you can clean it pretty well, but the solution that's in there does a really good job of that. So for the next pro, I would say the battery. I really like the fact that you can see the battery on it. I don't think it's too much of a big deal because you can just put it inside the stand and it'll always be charging it for you. You'll never have a problem with that. I do like the fact that it shows you, you know, like you can see where your tools are at, you know? Maybe it comes in handy if you're a mobile barber. That's one thing I did notice too. When I cut at my house, a lot of times I'll leave everything in the case and I'll charge it when I think it's almost dead, you know? And a lot of my tools don't have battery for me to see when it's almost dead. This thing does. So I can see, you know, if it has one more bar, I need to charge it. My octanes, for example, they last a really long time, but when they die, it just goes out. You can't tell how much battery it has, and I mean, for some people that might be a really big thing, you know? I just think it's helpful to know when your battery, or where your battery's at. So yeah, that's another pro. So another thing I like about it would be the swivel head. It's not a really big thing. How do you say this? It's just another one of those things that comes in handy. It's cool for when you're going around the head and everything. It just makes it work smoother. It's not really a necessary thing, but one thing for sure, which we'll get into in the cons, but one thing for sure is that it is good that it swivels for when you're trying to get right here under the ear to bald it out, and that's pretty much the only time I've noticed that I really needed to swivel, you know? Alright, so like I said, this thing does come with the charging stand, and that does come really handy if you're in a shop or something, because you could just stick it in there and it'll charge your tools. Okay, so for example, for trimmers, the Babyliss trimmer, it doesn't come with a stand, and to me that was a selling point. That would be a reason for me not to buy it. I like the fact that I could just put my tools there and know that it's always going to be charged. Just like the Andis T outliner. The Andis T outliner comes with the stand, so does the, what do you call that, the wall trimmer? That one comes with a stand now. So I just think it's cool to just have a place to put your trimmer, not just leave it on your station or whatever. So I do like the stand. Alright, so another pro, right? Another pro would be that you can take down hair that's really long. By really long, I mean long for a trimmer or for a shaver. What I've noticed is that you can take off hair from a half. With the regular shaver, you can hear it, you know? It'll just buzz really bad, your client hears it. It's not cool, you know, it just sounds uncomfortable. But with this thing, it's a really light buzz. Clients don't really notice it, man, and it's really quick. What I do is I make my guideline with the 000 to start. Well, this would be for a bald fade. If I was going in with the 000 with an Andis or with any other shaver, it would make a really bad noise. It would just be nasty. With this thing, it's like, it doesn't make that noise. It's really smooth. It takes the hair down. So yeah, you can take down fairly long hair with this. I think at a 000, you're kind of going pretty long for a shaver. One thing I used to do with my Andis shavers was run it from the bottom down and then go upwards and take the hair out. That way, it kind of shortens it a little more from the 000. But with this thing, I could just go in there and take all the hair out. Another thing about this thing, the ergonomics. It's easy to hold, it's kind of makes sense. It's not a really big thing. You know, you get used to the box shavers. If that's what you use, you'll find no problem with it. But using this, it's just easy to use, you know? It fits in your hand very well. Yeah, it's just easy to use. It's comfortable, I guess you can say. So yeah, that would be another pro, comfortability. Okay, now for the con. What I noticed about the shaver, the same pro would also be a con. So the fact that it doesn't leave hard lines or any of that could be a con to you if you care that much about it. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're down here, for some reason, it's always down here. It's always down here, always around here. With the regular shaver, you get more contrast from another shaver. With this one, sometimes it still leaves like it's shaving, okay? It's shaving. You touch it and it's baby soft, but you can still see darkness of hair there. And to me, that's something that it's not really a big thing. You can kind of get it out by pressing a little harder and maybe stretching out the skin. But if this could just take down all the hair down to super skin, I think that'd be cool. But then again, it might interfere with the fact that it's really good at not leaving lines. Sometimes what I do is I'll get my anti-shaver and just go over that area just to get some more contrast in there. But that is an extra step you have to do, so I would put that down as a con. But like I said, that con might be a pro to some of you because it's easier to take that line out. So I don't know, you really have to see what it looks like for you to understand what you're dealing with. Okay, so another con about this thing would be this trimmer that it has right here. Okay, so for one, this is meant for personal use, so I guess that's why you would have the trimmer. I've used it on my mustache. I mean, it takes it down, but I don't really use it on clients or anything. I mean, I've thought about like maybe sometimes you miss hair with your trimmer and all that, so you can just flip this out, cut that little hair. That does work, but I mean, I don't know, I kind of would rather just not have it here. I would rather take this trimmer off and move these buttons that are on the other side. These buttons are on your fingers while you hold them, right? So you can't really see it. So if you had the buttons on this side where you could see it as you were cutting and just press the button to turn it on, turn it off, see the battery from this side, I think that would be pretty cool. Again, that's another thing that you get used to. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. You know, you just turn it on, get you shaving. But I mean, you know, if they could save you the time from doing this and then shaving, alright, so the video cut off, but if they could just do that, then that would save me some time and that would be pretty cool. So for the last con would be the fact that this thing is so bulky. You only really notice it for low fades. You kind of gotta get used to it. What I do usually is I kind of flip it around and then use this bottom foil right here to get under the ear, and it's just something where that would make the shaver that much better if maybe it was a little bit thinner. But I don't know if you could do that because of the design on it. Maybe you would have to make the whole head smaller, and that would kind of like, that would mess with this right here. It's one of the only things that you do really have to get used to. But yeah, that would be the last con, the bulkiness of the shaver head. Who would I recommend this trimmer to? I would recommend this shaver to someone who's looking for a new shaver. If you're looking for a new shaver, by all means go for this one. If you're looking for something that'll save you time, again, this will save you some time because of the fact that you can go in and you don't really have to worry about the longer hairs that are there. And you could just really get to town when you're shaving. You don't have to be careful about, you know, being really delicate with kids or whatever. It works with everybody. And I mean, if you need a new shaver, I think it would be worth the upgrade. I mean, I wouldn't just say, you know, go out and buy this thing, you know, if you already have something that works for you. But if you need a new shaver, I think this is also a really good option. So overall thoughts on the shaver. It's a really good shaver. I like the stand. I like the feel of it. I like the quality of it. I don't really have any complaints now using it after a while and getting used to it, of course. So yeah, I think overall it's a really good shaver. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Just give me your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, hit that bell to get a notification whenever I do upload a video. Right now we're looking at about 2 videos a month, 2 to 3. I don't want to say 3 because it's a little more, but for sure 2 videos a month. If you want to see another video, you can click right there, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can click over there. That's about it for the video, you guys. Thank you for watching.